And let's begin this edition of the news with this breaking updates that's coming in from Karnataka, where this is a story from Mysuru of a retired Central Intelligence Bureau officer who's mowed down by a car. Now, the miscreants run away after hitting the retired officer. He was immediately rushed to the hospital. He did not survive. What's happened now is that the police have registered a murder FIR in the case. They are going through the CCTV footage. Prajwal has more details and he joins us on the broadcast right now. Prajwal, first up, tell us more of what we know about this incident.
Now, according to the latest information that is coming now, this retired Central Intelligence Bureau officer who was murdered by hitting him by a car, and this has happened inside the Manasa Gangotri campus in Mysuru, which is technically the Mysuru University. And the retired Intelligence Bureau officer has been identified as R.S. Kulkarni, who was aged 83 years old. And this happened on a Friday evening, and he was walking on the road right next to the computer science department of the Manasa Gangotri campus in Mysuru. And now it is initially the cops thought that this was just a normal hit and run accident, but they were, the police were completely shocked when they went through the CCTV footage and saw that this particular car was without a number plate and they had committed the crime, and they have immediately fled from the spot. And even though if you look at the CCTV footage, we can clearly see that Mr. R.S. Kulkarni was standing by the side of the road, but the car has intentionally hit him and then they have escaped. Now a case of murder has been registered in the Jailakshmipuram police station, and now it is being understood that a team under the leadership of the Mysuru ACP has been formed, and all the police officers have been deployed across the entire city of Mysuru, and they have launched a manhunt to nab these miscreants who were behind this particular murder. And the SPs of the neighboring districts too have been notified in this particular regard. And Mysuru City Police Commissioner Dr. Chandragupta too has gone on to state that they will nab the officials as soon as possible.
But tell me something, Prajwal. First up, what does the CCTV really show? And does the police now clearly believe that this was a murder, not a hit and run?
Look, if you're looking at the CCTV footage, the CCTV footage is for, it is for around 30 to 35 seconds. And we can clearly see that Mr. R.S. Kulkarni is passing by the side of the road. That means to say that he's moving on the pedestrian walk. But you can see that, this particular car, which does not even have a number plate or a registration number, intentionally deviates right from the right extremely towards the left. It comes in basically a one-way and rams into Mr. R.S. Kulkarni, and then then they just pass away. And later now, once the sleuths got to learn that this was Mr. R.S. Kulkarni, they again went through the CCTV footages and looked at multiple angles, and it was learnt that this has been done intentionally now.
Prajwal, I'm told we have the reaction of the police commissioner. So, I think we'll play that out, Prajwal. And just in case it's in Kannada, why don't you translate that also for our viewers and tell us more of exactly what he's saying? Let's listen in to the police commissioner telling us more about the incident.
ನಂತರ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೂಲಂಕುಷವಾಗಿ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಉದ್ದೇಶಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ರಸ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆಗೆ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹೊಡಿತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಕೊಲೆ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಈಗ ತನಿಖೆ ಕೈಗೆತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯಾಮಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಮುಂದಿನ ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಉದ್ದೇಶಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ರಸ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆಗೆ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹೊಡಿತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ.
Kulkarni has been hit intentionally by these miscreants, and once we went through the CCTV footage, we got to learn that this has been done on purpose. An investigation has already been taken up, and now a probe has.
All right, there, Prajwal helping us understand what we've heard exactly from the police commissioner. It's a brief reaction, Prajwal. But he is reaffirming what you just told us. He says this is done intentionally. The intention was to kill the officer, and he hasn't survived. Now, is there anything that we've heard so far on the possible motives? And more about this car, you're telling us this car did not even have a number plate.
Yes, now what the cops are mainly trying to look out was this anything in regard to any previous cases where Mr. R.S. Kulkarni was involved in, and the miscreants had the miscreants had spoken to him earlier, or else these people were wanted in some case that was being handled by R.S. Kulkarni, because he was a retired officer of the Intelligence Bureau, and he has also served for more than 3 decades, that is for more than 30 years now, and he's also worked with other intelligence agencies and diplomatic missions as well. So the nature of the information might be very sensitive.
Prajwal, apologies, I'm just interrupting you here because for the first time we are putting out that entire CCTV footage, and we must tell our viewers, Republic does not vouch for its authenticity. This is something that is being circulated right now on the social media. Prajwal, if you're able to actually see this CCTV footage, it I think makes a lot of things very, very clear. So now you can tell us in detail exactly what happened, what time was it? Was this a part of the daily routine of the retired officer who's been mowed down? Was a recce being done? What is it that police officers and the sources really tell you?
To sources, let's also understand that Mr. Kulkarni was a retired officer of the Intelligence Bureau, and he had also worked with the Research and Analysis Wing. Now, the CCTV at the location of the murder has captured the incident, which shows Mr. Kulkarni, who is walking on a narrow road in the near the Computer and Biotechnology Department of Manasa Gangotri. Initially, his first reaction is, in this particular video that we are speaking about, he spots a grey sedan car approaching him at a very fast speed and moves aside to give way to the vehicle. But however, the vehicle swerves sharply from right to left and rams into the 83-year-old, who attempts to move away but fails. And later, we can also see that the driver along with the car are seen fleeing the scene. And now it is also being understood that it is also now being understood that high-profile investigation has also been launched into it, because this particular incident happened on Friday. Initially, this was thought that it was just a hit-and-run case. But again on Saturday, between Saturday afternoon to Saturday evening, it is learned that the police have gone through the entire CCTV footage from various angles, and later they learned that this might be a case of, on purpose and on intention too, because they clearly see that he's seen avoiding from multiple angles, he's seen avoiding the car, but they have mowed him down, and moreover, there are no registration plates on this. So they are trying to, they are trying to also go on and analyze the CCTV footage in a way where they can obtain the sketch of the driver as well.